Alright. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears just a little bit. I want you guys to go to Starkly on your laptops. So as you return from break, we will be working on some writing techniques because you will have a big circuit that follows that we return. So today we are going to review a few writing techniques. We went and looked at your think circuits from the mock informational that you took maybe 2 weeks ago. And after looking at your data that the district gave you, I saw that integrating evidence and also providing reasoning for the evidence is one of our biggest strong points, okay? So today we are gonna go over a few things with integrating evidence and how we can follow those up with reasoning as well, okay? So when you go to Think Circle, go ahead and go to supporting a topic with evidence. So this is a skills practice. I know usually or most times you do a skills practice. You kind of do them individually and then maybe go over a few parts of them after that. But we are going to walk through this one as a class. So go ahead and access it if you have not. Give you a few seconds. Everybody should be on Think Circle. Alright, so before we get started, this question says, did you know that you can use evidence to help readers understand your ideas? So this is our question that they have asked. I want to hear from Jesslyn, in your own words, why do you think you use evidence? To find details, okay. Daniel, why do you think we use evidence?
To help further explain
Explain what?
like how
Think about when we do the writing formula, right? Think about where evidence falls inside of that formula. What are we using the evidence for? So to explain what?
the topic.
But more so your reasons for your claim, okay? So we are using our evidence to help further explain ourselves and to prove our claims to be correct. So in this lesson, you will learn what evidence is, what makes your evidence strong, and how to use evidence to improve informative writing. Using evidence to help your audience understand the topic. In informative writing, you can support your ideas with evidence. Evidence includes facts, definitions, details, quotations, or examples related to the topic. You will learn more about evidence in this lesson. So here in 8th grade, when we are writing essays, because you know that you can outsource, you can get research from other places, but what will you be using to pull your evidence? Text. Your text, okay? You will always use your text to pull some type of evidence. So some examples of evidence. You can have a fact, you can have a definition, or you can have examples. So this fact example, or this example of a fact says that Pluto is a dwarf planet. The definition says, a dwarf planet resembles a planet, but lacks some technical criteria to be classified as such. An example, in addition to Pluto, there are 4 other dwarf planets. Now, I want us to look at all of these examples of evidence. In our class, when we write essays, what would we need to add to this evidence for it to be correct? It's 2 things we must have when we write evidence. Not necessarily the sentence of evidence itself. What must be in that sentence? It's 2 things. You need a sentence stem, and what else? Quotation marks, okay? So you know if you are writing an essay and you are still in Ms. Tate's class or middle school, 8th grade, whatever, you will be having a sentence stem before you start your evidence and then the quotation marks around it. Because if you do not do that, what are you doing? Okay, so we are going to categorize each example of evidence. The first one says an elephant is a very large plant-eating land mammal. Is this an example, a definition, or a fact? Kelly says a definition. The second one species is the African elephant. Is this a example, fact, or definition? What'd you say, Adrian? The male African elephant can be as large as 13 feet tall and can weigh 6 to 8 tons. That is a fact. Okay, so these are the types of things that you can be looking for inside of a text when you are trying to pull evidence to support your claim or your reasons. Okay, you look for those facts that align with it. You look for the definitions and the examples that align with what you are already discussing. So you are going to highlight one definition that is used as evidence in the passage. I'll give you a second to read through it on your screen. Carly, can you go to the board and highlight the example of a definition? Great job. So their topic was that many people use credit cards for their purchases, which results in debt, and the evidence that they use to support it says credit card debt occurs when consumers borrow money to pay for things they cannot afford. So you have to use evidence from trusted sources. Like I was telling you before, your trusted source is going to be the text that we use, okay? Some examples of sources that can be trustworthy. You can use a university and government publication, magazines, journals, newspapers, or sponsored professional associations. Some things that are not as trustworthy would be websites that contain spelling or grammar errors, publications in which the author is not named, and material that is out of date. When you are writing an essay, you must tell readers where you found your essay. Okay? So if I have to tell my reader where I found my essay, Caleb, how will I do that? What will I do? What will you use? It's the two things that we said we have to have. It's one of those two things that we said we must have with evidence. What will you use? What's that called? A sentence stem, okay? So you must use that sentence stem because this is telling us where you found your evidence. And not only is it telling us where, but this allows us to trust you better because we know that you didn't just pull it out of the sky. We know that you pulled it from somewhere that's a trusted source, okay? Go ahead and answer these questions. I want Jesselyn to go answer the first one. I want Says according to the Penn Museum, ancient Olympic Games began in 776 BC. Jackson, what is the sentence for that? Does it have one? Okay, so we can cross that one out because it has a sentence stem. The second one, NPR reports that 108 women are on the 2018 U.S. Winter Olympics team. Callie, does that one have a sentence stem? Or does it tell us where they got it from? You say yes? Where'd it come from? Okay, NPR report. The next one, for example, 58% of the 2018 U.S. Winter Olympic team is returning. Does this have a sentence stem? Nope. Okay. And the last one, the first modern Olympic Games were held in 1896, statesolympics.org. So you see that last one, I know usually we kind of do it like the first one when we put the sentence stem at the beginning, but you are also able to put it at the end of the sentence as well. So if you want to go ahead and put the text evidence there, and then go at the end of it and say, as it states in paragraph so-and-so, that is fine as well. Okay? So when we come back from the break, we are going over writing again. But that time around, we will be doing argumentative writing. So we have to make sure that we are understanding the different elements of our informational one so that we can build upon them for argumentative. Okay? Go ahead and pack up.